we have taken a group of student founders and founders from all over the world, and we have taken them from the point of total ideation to pitching in the space of 5 days. So here's some of the fun activities we've had over the past week. We have done rapid prototyping, we've done ideation, we've heard from some amazing founders, we've looked at different careers in tech, we've learned about AR, we've learned about VR, we've done some pitch coaching, and we've had a whole lot of fun over the past 6 days. So we're incredibly excited to see what they have to present and produce today. But first, I would like to welcome our wonderful judges. We cannot do this without the support and help of some of our amazing judges from around the world. I would like to start by welcoming Darren Sutton, who's an investor and founder at the Common Purpose Collective. He's going to be looking for a number of things, and I'll throw to him in a second to see exactly what he'll be looking for from the pitches today. But I would like to welcome Darren. He's a founder, he's an impact investor, he's a strategic designer, he's a mentor, he's a board advisor, and as I mentioned before, he's also the co-founder of the Common Purpose Collective, which is a design-driven innovation practice based in Melbourne. So Darren, do you want to tell us a little bit more about what you'll be looking for out of the pitches today?
Absolutely, and thank you for the kind introduction, Jacqueline. I'm a huge fan of HEX and all the work that it does, not just locally, but on a global level. And I know it takes a lot of energy and commitment to deliver something like this. Also, big heads up to the people that participated. Well done to you, first and foremost, for completing the process. This is just the cherry on the top today. So I hope, first and foremost, you enjoy it and you have a great time because you've done all the hard work in the process. And that's really where it counts. And that's really, as a business owner and as a founder and as an investor, that's what I look for. It's really about the founders and how the teams come together and really how you go through the process of what you do. I look after a company called the Common Purpose Collective. I founded it in 2016. We're very focused on social innovation. We're really focused on not just founders who want to make money, but at the same time are smart enough to design ways to make an impact, who go out there and make a difference and make a profit in the process. What I look for in founders is great team connection. The people side is as important as the profit line. I'm really interested in looking how you take a great idea and really look at that and how it tackles the problems, okay? Really focus on the problem you're solving and then great execution. The most important thing I also look for is how you grow through the process of what you do. And when I'm looking at businesses to either partner in or in terms of investing in, we look not just where you are now, but the potential for you in the future. This program represents that unlimited potential to move yourself forward. And I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Wonderful. Well, we're incredibly excited to have you here as a guest judge of ours, Darren. Thank you so much. We also have Juliana. So Juliana, you may recognize from some of our other demo days. She's an absolute favorite to have here on our HEX program. So she's an amazing friend of the Hacker Exchange, and we have been for a few years now. She is usually based out of Singapore, so has experience in the venture and investment scene around Singapore, Hong Kong, currently stateside with some amazing experience based out of the States as well. We're incredibly lucky to have you back here, Juliana. Do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what you might be looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely to see all of you guys again. Always happy to be a part of the HEX programs. It's always great and fun to see some really early stage companies. So personally, in my day-to-day, I normally do encounter mostly seed stage, ideation stage companies, where obviously the founding team is a large priority for us and those who are, screening deals. So normally we're in, 10 global geographies that are vastly different from one another. And I know a lot of times, each region can sort of, get sort of focused on their particular area, but, I'm really interested to see, solutions that are able to scale, founding teams that are able to effectively execute the overall problem solution, and, anything that is just a fun, impressive idea that, maybe that, me, Darren, and Nathaniel, who have, seen a lot of decks in our days that we just haven't come across before. So excited to see all of them. And thanks for having me, guys.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us over in the States, Juliana. And now we have, for the very first time on our judging panel, although he's been a great friend of HEX, this is Nathaniel. If you want to give a wave, Nathaniel. He's the CEO and founder of the Future Minds Network. He's an educator. He's been a startup mentor and judge. He's also a giant at Blackbird. And most importantly, he is a Hexie, having been on our very, very first virtual program not too long ago after the transition to the virtual realm in which we all live and work today. So Nathaniel, welcome. It's so good to see you again. What are you going to be looking for from the pitches today now that you're on the other side of the table?
Yeah, first of all, what an intro. I'm a bit blown away by, by how you described me. But no, it's a pleasure to be back here. I think one of the biggest things, and Darren touched on it before, was really thinking about how we invest in people, not just ideas, and thinking about how the team comes together. And I think one of the biggest things I'm looking for is sort of the energy within the team and really answering the question, why are you the best person to be fixing or solving this problem? More than that, I think it's, bringing together some of the learnings that you've had across the journey and being really open and honest about what you've learned along the way, what you've done right, what you've done wrong, and how you're going to take that further. So really excited to see all of the ideas that come through today. So thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. And now a face that you all might recognize. It is our wonderful CEO and co-founder of HEX, Jeanette. Do you want to take us through a little bit about what you think of the past week and what you might be looking for from some of the pitches today and from our HEX 5.4 group?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm very excited to be here and congratulations to each of you that have made it through this epic week. I know we work you really, really hard and that's by design because we know that pressure makes diamonds. And I'm also just so grateful and honored to have wonderful judges and friends joining us this afternoon. It's so interesting to see the evolution of relationships. I first met Nathaniel coaching him through the Catalyzer Accelerator. I first met Darren, working alongside him at RMIT Activator. And I first met Juliana, probably over a drink somewhere in Singapore on a rooftop. That sounds about right, maybe. But it's really nice to sort of see this evolution, not just of relationships, but also of each of you and your mindsets and what you've created. And as I mentioned to you earlier in the week, the reason I get out of bed in the morning is because I know we need to create a generation of leaders that are just going to found, lead, and invest in businesses that change the way this world operates. And I think each of you have that in you. So very excited to see what you do today. And Jack, Matt, let's get the show on the road.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here to do. So let's get started, everyone. I would like to welcome to the stage our very first group. Can I please have Alice and Al Hanouf from Super Healer to the stage? Okay. All right, here we go. I see Alice and I see Al Hanouf. How are you doing? Welcome. First up. It's always scary to be first, so well done and congratulations. You're going to get it over and done with first. What's going to happen is I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. When you have 30 seconds left, I'm going to jump on and say you have 30 seconds. At 3 minutes, we will cut you off. We are then going to throw to our judges for 2 to 3 minutes of questions. And then after that, you can head back down, take a deep breath and a sigh of relief, and we'll be bringing the next people up. So I can see your screen, which is fantastic. And if I can get a thumbs up from Al Hanouf, great. And a thumbs up from Alice, wonderful. Well, let's start. It's the 5.4 demo day kicking off now with Super Healer. Over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome. We are Al Hanouf and Alice. We are the founders of the Super Healer. We are working on a mobile application which connects independent healing professionals with anyone who is suffering from mental, emotional, physical pain, or anyone who is looking to improve their well-being. The idea for this business came to me when I was an accommodation manager in a retreat. I met many customers who were looking for a referral for a massage or counseling therapist. On the other hand, I have a big network of friends who work in the well-being industry, mainly from home or have their own small business. And usually they get referrals from word of mouth and on the phone. And they contact the clients just through their own phone. So I thought, what if there are many more health therapists around who need an easy solution to get clients and to communicate with them. Together with Al-Hanouf, we created a mobile application which solves this problem seamlessly. This is our app prototype. This app is very responsive, and the main point of difference from their competitors is that it has a feature of a super intuitive virtual receptionist who is able to quickly and efficiently match a perfect health therapist from our portfolio to the client. Unlike other virtual assistants, she is very friendly, emphatic, and saves time with filling in the forms. Pretty much resembling a human interaction, but quicker in processing data and matching the perfect therapist with the client.
We are doing it because we are passionate about helping people who are looking to improve their well-being, to have a better quality of life as individuals, which we believe has a ripple effect to our families, relationships, and communities. From a personal experience, we know that self-care matters. We believe we can do it by connecting clients to the right health therapist, by using a therapist intuitive reception systems, as well as integrating booking system and big portfolio of diverse health professionals around the country and perhaps the world. We believe this app could be a valuable tool to both healing therapists and their clients. For example, based on Google Trends analysis for the past 12 months, in Australia, there is a rising demand for counseling services and counseling jobs. After our market research, we discovered that there is a high percentage of independent therapists who are looking for clients, and there are a high percentage of therapists who don't have existing booking system for their services. Why us? We are a couple of driven individuals with very diverse skills, experience, age, culture, who are working well together and get things done. We are looking for mentoring and interesting in well-being partners with technology skills. We love to meet you and take the superhero to the next level. Please be in touch, and thank you very much. And you can scan the barcode here to get the prototype in your phone.
Oh, you just got the barcode in there. Well done. I'll give that to you because you're the first up. Well done, Super Healer. That's amazing. Al-Hanouf and Alice. Do we have some questions from the judges about Super Healer? Darren, I see you've unmuted. Over to you.
Yeah, sure. Congratulations. It's always hard going first off. I'm very interested in the health tech space. I support and advise a really fast growing startup called Happify Health. For them, always the challenge is around engagement. How are you going to ensure that you keep people coming back once they've used the service?
We strongly believe that the rating system and referrals is very strong, because like as I mentioned in my story, I was like the matchmaker in the past, you know, like people ask me, oh, you're coming to this area, where do you find the massage therapist, who you find who is good, you know? So I think the rating system would be very important down the track to actually highlight, you know, how people experience that service and how they work with a particular therapist. And I feel that the intuitive virtual therapist would be a great starting point, because that's just like an, you know, can you imagine a warm, empathic receptionist who is actually kind of going to give you the, you know, not filling the forms, just talking to you, you know, like your sort of, you know, best friend sort of type of a thing, you know, like a person who really understands what you're coming here for and what you're expecting from that service. So this is the first point. But the rating system, which needs to be actually very authentic. So I think that's what's just kind of grabs people is the referral, you know. Mm-hmm. And I feel that the referral it still works in the word of mouth. People still rely a lot of personal experiences. So, you know, to implement that will be fantastic, I think. Okay.
Thanks, Alice. We have time for one more question. Juliana or Nathaniel, do you have anything you'd like to ask? Juliana, over to you first.
Yeah, so I know that the marketplace system is, fairly crowded, especially for, the holistic health and therapy that's, become very, very trendy over the last year, especially due to COVID. So, do you have can you speak to your competition and, your sort of positioning on differentiation and how you're gonna, become different than, any other just marketplace?
Mm-hmm. Al-Hanouf, do you wanna?
Yeah. Despite that we have virtual receptions in the app, we have geolocations, as well as we built this app for independent health therapists. Most of our competitors are having the therapist under the company, so they don't have the flexibility of doing the stuff and the time and other things. As well, the rating systems and choose of the therapist, we gonna to have maybe for the rating, for the portfolio gonna to be trusted.
On
So
3 minutes there, so I'm going to cut you off because we do have to keep going, but well done. It is hard to go first. It's a beautiful looking presentation and you're all done. So Al-Hanouf, Alice, well done.
Thank you very much.
Sharing your screen now. I will give the judges just a minute to get your scores and any notes into the judging sheet. Next up, we are going to have Jason and Connor to the stage. So can I welcome Jason and Connor? Okay, and when all of the judges are ready, I will get you to give me a quick thumbs up as well.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, beautiful. We can see your screen. We're just waiting for the judges, and as soon as you're ready, if you could turn on your cameras. I believe you're both co-hosts now. There you are.
Yeah, I just turn my camera on. Hi.
All right, wonderful. And we can see, so let me restart. Darren, thumbs up. Juliana, thumbs up. And Nathaniel, thumbs up. Wonderful. Over to you, O2.
So we start now?
Yep, over to you. 3, 2, 1,
every time.
Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Team O2, a social enterprise environmental home consultancy. I'm Jason.
I'm Connor.
And we are the co-founder of this business.
We offer consulting service to our customer and provide customized project plans and management on the environmental home renovation based on their budgets to ensure that the customer get what they need out of their home and reduce their total energy consumptions. We will charge according to the plan and the services. Part of the profit are going to increase green spaces to publicize sustainable lifestyle. Our home are something that we care deeply about. For speaking with first home buyers and homeowners, we found that the consideration of the energy efficiency is extremely important to them. Those attitudes are not just a factor of buying a new house, but also consideration of making changes to the house in the future. From the research, 67% of Australians are homeowners. Therefore, the potential market for renovation is large. The market competitors in this segment are largely architecturally focused companies. They design great homes that largely achieve the same goal that we're trying to achieve. However, they do not provide a service to help customers to retrofit or renovation their home.
Well, this application is designed for facilitating the connection between us and our customer. After the user creates the account and login, they can see the dashboard with 4 functional buttons. The My Home sector is a collection of users' housing information. It will help us to provide customized renovation plans according to their location and interior space. We can also check the decrease in amount of energy and water bills directly from the list below. Plan sector lists out the possible renovation plans we can offer, and users can get an understanding of the amount of energy they can save. Also, through the AR camera, they can preview the effects after renovating. Contributions is just designed for users to view their contribution to the environment, and the report sector provides a channel for repairing and fixing equipment. A person's motivations for making these changes to their home may not be purely cost saving. Some people get value from reducing their environmental footprint and energy consumption. For people who are asset rich, but perhaps not cash rich, changes to their homes can be made to reduce their consumption and save money. We will offer different plans according to their budget. For customers who have larger upfront investments, we may recommend solar panels. And for those who have lower budgets, green roof with high rate of return will be a choice. And lastly, under the pandemic climate, we will see the business operating as a remote company. And therefore, as a social enterprise, we ask for funding and investment for initial costs, including purchasing equipment and developing the application. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And right on 3 minutes. Congratulations. That was as we came up to the 3 minutes to the second. So well done, Jason. Well done, Connor. What a prototype. My goodness. Questions from the judges. Juliana, Nathan, Darren, do you have any questions for Jason and Connor? Darren, over to you.
I do. First of all, congratulations on a really tight, seamless pitch. I love the focus of the project. I also thought the prototype was fantastic to help bring the concept to life, but there was two really exceptional things for me. The user journey, where you demonstrated you understood interventions, is wonderful. And also the fact that you talked about speaking with customers, you know, Genchi Genbutsu, getting out of the building and doing that. How will you ensure that you measure the impact of the renovations for the individuals that work with you?
Well, I can answer that. So for that question, I think because we are consultancy services, so we're basically providing plans depends on the budget, the location. Like if they have lower budget, we will providing something suited to them. So that answer your question?
It doesn't. So how will you kind of report back to the clients maybe the impact of their investment in making the renovations, the environmental impact perhaps?
The contribution side, like
yes.
We have the contribution side in the app, like part of our profit is going to do the reforestation, like we plant trees and do add more greens to our plants. So we will visually feedback, give the customer that's
Connor, can you show him?
Yeah, sure.
That
which page on the
page?
Yeah, sure.
That application.
Here we go.
That's it.
Yeah.
So this one is actually showing like how much you have been contributed to the environment by we actually take part of our profits into plant trees and like to grow some green spaces, and we will show them like depends on how much they spend on the renovations. And also another part is the electricity bills and water bills. So we hope our renovations can help them to reduce the consumptions on those things. So that's actually two ways for them to review the effects of the renovation.
Fantastic. And I think they're wonderful pieces to draw out as that feedback loop to them. And again, congratulations, and also on a great prototype and bringing that to life.
Well done. We have time for one more quick question. Nathaniel, did you have something to ask?
Yeah, love the prototype. It's so beautiful. Would love to be able to create something like that. I have a question around the business model. So could you walk me through a bit about how that consulting service works? Is it that you have a certain subscription service for the app itself and for people to actually use that? Or is the money actually coming from the consulting service, like in person and in conversations?
The app is just a way to help our business. So we basically like promote us through social media and some website. So people can find us on Google or somewhere. We can have our website. So the app is just help people to better engage with us.
So they will upload their...
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
So they will upload their photos, their photo of the interior space, and actually because we are operating as a remote company, we want to do things online. So once they upload the photos and upload their location, we gather this information and we will design a suitable plan for them.
Okay, and I am going to cut you off there. I'm so sorry to do that in the middle of your sentence. I think that is really valuable feedback from Nathaniel there to have think about your business model. Make sure you make it really clear, you know, how you're actually, you know, making money to take this to the next level. But that was absolutely amazing. Tough questions, quite a grilling. So well done. You're all finished. Jason, Connor, you're all done. Congratulations. And we're going to send you back into the audience. All right, judges, I will just give you a final second to finish off your marks and your comments, letting you know as well, any comments that you do put in the judging sheet, we will actually pass back to all of the participants and the cohort as well. So if there's anything in there that you think that they need to look at or focus on, just add it into the judging sheets and we will pass that information on. I see we have our very next Hexy to the stage. So hello, Jenna, how are you doing?
Hello, Jack, I'm doing all right.
Awesome, cool. So when we're ready to go, I'll get a thumbs up from all of the judges. Yes, yes, and Darren. Okay, Jenna, I can hear you, I can see you, and I can see your slides. So it's going to be over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. I am Jenna. And the startup idea that I've been working on is called Arietta, a face scanner app that helps people improve skin issues without them buying a device or not knowing where to start their skincare routine. Skin sensitivity is a prevalent issue, with most common types being rosacea, dryness, and acne. Also, more recently, the use of face masks have exacerbated a lot of these problems. There's even a term to label this phenomenon called maskne. Have you ever been embarrassed to go into a store and have to talk about your skin issues to the pretty salespeople at the store? Or having to remove your entire face of makeup just to use the skin scanner and then walking around barefaced on Burke Street Mall after that? As someone who has been dealing with skin issues since young, the thought of it would make me avoid going to these places. This is how I got my idea for Arietta, a face scanner app that provides tailored skincare products to users at the comfort of their homes. Users will enter some general details, then do a scan of their face, and products will be recommended. Since this will be all done in an app, it eliminates the fear and embarrassment users experience when they have to confront their skin problems to people in stores. After entering your details, such as the place you're currently in, as shown in this mini clip, the app will take a 3D scan of your face. The app will pick up any skin issue that it detects and highlight those to the user. It will then recommend skincare products based on those details entered and skin issues that the scanner picked up. As you can see from the poll results, there is a general resounding yes from our target audience that they will be interested in using an app like this. We will also incorporate filters such as cost, locally sourced, cruelty-free, and vegan choices to suit the needs of our customers. Dermatologists will collaborate with app developers to come up with an algorithm that provides the most suited skincare recommendations to our users. I would choose to partner with established skincare brands who have the amount of resources for the research and development of this algorithm and be able to provide this as a free service to its customers as a means to promote their product. Another model that I would consider would be a quarterly subscription service because it will be the most aligned to the changes of our skin experience with the changes in the season. As this app is still in its early stages, I'm looking for connections of directors from established skincare brands, dermatologists, and app developers to provide feedback and turn this prototype into a viable product. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, Jenna, well done. Just coming in under that 3 minutes. Congratulations. Do we have some questions about Arietta, please? Nathaniel, over to you.
Yeah, amazing pitch. Love the sort of skincare idea as well. I'm curious to hear in a lot of early stage startups, when they want to build relationships with industry, one of the biggest sort of gaps there is sort of credibility and how you present yourself and almost like what traction you've had before you approach big brands. How do you plan to get around that in order to build trust in a future relationship or collaboration?
So I would say that building trust by having a wealth of knowledge at first as a base. So I'll be needing dermatologists and experts having the knowledge, being able to incorporate that into the app so that it is reliable, so that when I present this to the skincare brands, it will be a much more easier or much more reliable source for them and to accept this idea.
Thanks.
Okay, and is there one last quick question? Juliana.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Can you go ahead and revisit your business model? Did you say it was going to be a subscription towards like the individual, so like everyday customers would subscribe?
So I'll be looking into two directions. Either one will be partnering with established skincare brands or going to a quarterly subscription model, so that, when it is in a quarterly subscription model, it will be more aligned to the changes in the season, and our skin kind of changes with the season, and which is the reason why I chose this subscription as a quarterly subscription model.
Okay.
Yeah. Great question. Yeah, so still looking in two different directions. Well done, Jenna. You're all done. I can't wait to use your app and improve my skincare routine. So you're heading back to being an attendee now, and we're going to be bringing Max up to the stage. So if I could have Max to the stage, I will give our wonderful judges just a minute to finish off any notes and scoring. And congratulations again, Jenna. Love the storytelling. Yeah, there's some great chats coming through. A lot of love from the other cohort members. Absolutely wonderful to see. All right, Max, I do see you.
You can see me? My camera.
Oh, sorry, I can see that you're here.
There you go.
I can't see you yet. There we go. Right, now I can see you.
So that would have been weird.
And I will ask you to share your screen.
Can you see that?
Yes, we can. All right. So thumbs up from the judges. Darren's good to go. Nathaniel and Juliana, good to go. Awesome. Okay, Max, over to you with Stevent.
Hi, everyone. My name is Max, and I'm the co-founder of Stevent, the event management platform designed for students by students. After I began my first year of university, I tried to engulf myself in the student club scene. Starting as a student, I noticed it was almost impossible to stay up to date with all the upcoming events. Clubs would rely on several different social media platforms, requiring me to check every single one of them to try and stay up to date with the events that were coming up. As I moved my way up the ranks, I eventually got involved with the creation of these events. This is where I discovered the second problem. Current event management platforms are far too overkill and are simply not designed for the university demographic. So since there was no solution currently available, we decided to make one. At Stevent, we do one thing, but we do that one thing extremely well. Allow students to become more engaged in their university. We've stripped back the unneeded features, personalizing our service to match the needs of the markets. In just a few clicks, students can see every club and every upcoming event, as well as who's planning to attend them. In just a few clicks, organizers can create and distribute new events to not only their community, but the entire university. In addition to being part of the market myself, we've done our research ensuring that the needs of this unique market are met. The core difference between our service and what would be seen as our competitors is that we have a very specific customer in mind, allowing us to ensure that less time is spent organizing events and more time goes into enjoying those events. We make money by licensing the service to universities using the software as a service model, where they would pay a fee based on the university's the size of their university. The primary company expense is the hosting platform, which is currently Google Cloud, so it's run on the cloud. We'll be running a free trial for institutes under 100 members, and then every additional member would be $1 each. To give you an idea of the market size, Australia currently has 42 universities, but this is just ground zero. As we expand to America, that's an additional 4,000, reaching a total of 25,000 worldwide. So where are we now? We currently have a working product that we're just adding the final touch-ups to before we launch it into its first trial this year, which will be comprised of 6 clubs totaling 2,500 members. By mid this year, we'd be liking to pitch to RUSU, the RMIT Student Union, to have it adapted across RMIT before in 2022 approaching universities like Melbourne.
30 seconds.
We're looking for an advisor to provide guidance in the software as a platform service space. We would really appreciate some advice when it comes to usability, marketing, and approaching potential customers. We would love to get in contact with anyone in major educational institutes or the event management market. This is primarily so we can get an idea of other features they might need, as well as putting some more numbers to our income model. I can't wait to get in contact with you, so feel free to message me on LinkedIn or send me an email. I'd love to answer any questions you might have.
All right, and right on 3 minutes, Max. Well done. Questions from our judges. Darren, over to you.
Yeah, well done, Max. I thought it was really well presented and very clearly articulated pitch.
Thank
you. Congratulations there. Quick question. At the very beginning, you spoke about your platform setup to drive student engagement. How will you measure engagement?
So we can see all of the users that have signed up, so we can measure that. And also, we're going to be organizing querying, so universities can actually see who are attending events. So that can actually give more of an insight as to the club engagement as well.
Brilliant. And then my second question is, outside of universities, as a scale option, who else could benefit from working on a platform like with a platform like this?
Yeah, I'd love to see institutes like Scouts Australia or such like that. It's primarily based on large institutes that have smaller clubs. So even sporting clubs where there's multiple different clubs, but there's one entire institute, they can also run events through this.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. I think that we're pretty much at time anyway, unless there's a burning question. No? Okay, Nathaniel, over to you.
I have one. So you mentioned earlier, I loved your pitch, by the way, and I would have definitely used it in university. But you mentioned earlier about sort of the existing alternatives. And what sort of validation have you had that suggests that a lot of university students would onboard onto this app? Because I know with a lot of app downloads and a lot of other services, university students might think what they have is currently enough.
So I'm currently a university student. I'm also the executive of 2 of the largest clubs at RMIT. I've spoken to over probably around 50 students by now, and every single one of them says that there needs to be an alternative because RMIT doesn't offer anything like this. And I've confirmed with other universities like Monash and Melbourne that they also don't have anything that's solving this problem.
Awesome, thanks.
Okay, all right. We're at time. Max, you're done. Congratulations. That's it. I'll get you to stop sharing your screen, please. And you can go back and just enjoy the rest of the amazing pictures that are coming up. Well done. Next up, I believe we have the Blue Revolution studio with Caesar. So I'll bring Caesar to the stage, please. And well done, Max. I'll give the judges just a moment to finish all of your comments, questions, scores. Awesome.
Hi, guys.
Hi, how you going?
Great.
Awesome. All right. Well, I can hear you and I can see you. Could you share your screen and I'll let you know when to start?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Xinyuan Li.
Oh, wait for the countdown.
Have I shared the?
Yeah. I can see it. It's not in presentation mode, but I can see your slides.
Oh, cool.
You want to pop it into presentation mode? Yep, there we go. Darren, Juliana, Nathaniel, we good to go? Excellent. All right, Caesar, over to you. Oh, wait, I can't see you. There we go. Over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Xinyuan Li. Please feel free to call me Caesar. For today's pitch, I want to start with my personal experience. I come from China and I have been Australian for 5 years. When I hang out with my friend, I can always find some very good Australian products that are interesting, cute, and functional. I can't help posting them on my social media like WeChat and Red. Lots of my friends and followers on social media have shown great interest in those products. Some are living in Australia and some are living in China. I found that lots of people don't know these products or they have no chance to know. Many people say good idea worth spreading, but I think good product worth spreading too. So here comes the question. What factors prevent good Australian products from getting exposure to Chinese customer? From my perspective, there are 4 factors. First factor is cultural gap. For instance, in China, a product colored in red sells better and faster than product in black. Another factor is language barrier. Without proper translation on package, Chinese customer might lack understanding of a brand. Third factor is different business environment. In Australia, craft mainly sold by retailer or in a store. But in China, majority customer prefer shop online on platform like Taobao, Tmart, and JD. Last but not least, the limited capital. Some fine products might be produced by small studio. This studio might not have sufficient budget for marketing and program management. As a result, it's hard to succeed in Chinese market. So now question is how to help these brands? My answer is to build a bridge between Chinese customer and Australian products. I want to start my own studio, Blue Revolution Studio. The concept is originated from a Chinese concept from Laozi. The highest goodness is like water. It benefits all and do not compete. My aim is to provide great service to satisfy demands of different clients. Now, this is how my studio works in reality. When a client comes to my studio, I will try to figure out the core issue and provide with personalized strategy. We will cooperate in different aspects, like IP, commission, and contract. Then I will provide professional service, mainly in marketing, find right manufacturer, having a suitable brand positioning in China and find right distribution channel, and then lead to win-to-win situation for every client. Thank you for your listening.
Okay, all right, and that was right at 3 minutes. So I'm sure we have lots of questions about Blue Revolution Studio. Which of our judges would like to jump in first? Juliana.
Yeah, hi, great pitch. I do have a clarifying question. So is sort of what you're proposing more of a consultancy or a marketing firm? Can you clarify a little bit about like the logistics of the UX for a customer? Say I'm an Australian looking to expand into China. Can you walk us through that process?
So here I want to get a co-founder because I still need to figure out a better cooperation mode. At the early stage, I prefer to do marketing thing to accumulate some experience and then to like consultancy to do some bigger case to cooperate like Taobao to operate for them and to cooperate with some retailer in Chinese retailer.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. Nathaniel, quick question to you.
Yeah, I had a similar question to Juliana before around whether it was a marketing consultancy or firm. But the other question I wanted to ask was, why are you the right person to be solving this problem?
Well, I have several years working experience in this in marketing industry. Also, I'm really love some great product. I think I can find I both know Australian culture and Chinese culture. I think I can find some interesting Australian product which is suitable for Chinese customer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we might leave it there. We have hit our mark. Well done, Caesar, bridging the gap between the Australian and the Chinese markets. Congratulations. We're going to have one more pitch before we have a very, very short break, just to grab a glass of water, have a little bit of a stretch. So we have one more student before the break, and I would like to welcome Giselle to the stage. So we'll have Giselle here in a moment. I will just let the judges finish off some final notes. Caesar, congratulations. Well done. You're all done. You can relax now, and it's Giselle's turn to give a pitch on our HEX 5.4 demo day. So,
hello.
There we go. I can see you, and if you want to speak, I'll check I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect. And
can you see my screen?
You're sharing a screen, and your screen's there. All good to go. When I get a thumbs up from the judges, we will do a countdown and then begin. Juliana is good, Darren is good, and Nathaniel. All right, Giselle, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Giselle. I'm studying civil engineering at the University of Wollongong, and I'm the founder of Verger. I'm creating self-watering, self-fertilizing garden beds, which will give people a simple and easy way to grow organic foods in their own backyards. Here we go, sorry. So here's just a picture I've drawn of the actual product. So as you can see, the soil moisture meters that come up through the center, and they have rings that allow liquid fertilizer and water to flow into the surrounding soil. The data from these moisture meters will go to a device, which is an application on your phone. You can decide how you want your plants to be watered. So you can either schedule saying, I would like my plants to be watered once a day and fed once a month, which is good if you go away often, or you can set it by saturation level. So I would like to keep my plants at 80% saturation, or you can just manually water your plants. So these are the customers I'm targeting, just busy mothers in general, as most parents are busy and don't have time to grow food in their gardens. And Lucy is 70, she's retired, she has an injury, and she can't physically keep up with the demands of gardening anymore. So I just also like to mention that this could be fitting to more than just those two customers, as we're going through a shift in the way that we view climate change as well as our health. I think that my product is environmentally friendly, it's sustainable, and growing food is affordable and healthy. So here's just a couple of screenshots I took the other day of my local grocery store. As you can see, Coles carrots are $1 a kilo, but the organic carrots are $5.50 a kilo, and I don't think that we should have to pay for our health. I think it should be something that everybody has access to. So here's a couple of statistics. 65% of Australians were buying organic food in 2019, which was a 5% increase from 2018. And people during COVID in 2020 were growing food more often and gardening more often. So it's pretty apparent that people do care about organic food, but they just don't have time to garden. So I would like my product to give people that, like, ease them from that stress of needing time. So this is what's currently in the market. There's self-watering garden beds, which are really just DIY garden beds. They're really unappealing visually, and they're really hard to set up. Most people don't want a giant metal tank in their backyard with like a plastic pole sticking out of it. And there's also apps where you can just put in how many times you've fed your plants and how often you need to feed them, and it'll remind you. But we just need to understand that these are just reminder apps. They don't actually physically help you with the demands of gardening. That's all for my pitch today. I hope you found some value in it. I'm looking for either mentorship or a co-founder who's good in marketing and business.
Wonderful. And just under the 3-minute mark. Congratulations, Giselle. You are all done apart from a few questions. Who would like to start? Darren, over to you.
Yeah, sure. Well done, Giselle. And it's a lovely concept. And also, I think I'm your target market as well. But one of the reasons why is it just gave me a sense of control as well. And I think you emphasized that. What other maybe behavioral change nudges could you introduce to the platform to really drive that engagement around the solution and the experience?
Do you mean like in the actual app so people go on it more often instead of just setting it and then leaving it?
Perhaps. Yeah.
I haven't really thought too much about it, but I guess people could, you know, take pictures of their plants and see how they're going, or they could get like a general idea of how long it takes and the time countdown till it should be done. So for instance, carrots, you don't know when carrots are done until you dig them out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that could be one way. I haven't really thought too much into it, but thank you for the idea as well.
No, well done. And good presentation too. Thank you.
Thanks, Darren.
Great. Do we have one more question? Nathaniel, over to you.
Yeah, great pitch, Giselle. I liked your introduction as well and how you sort of contextualize engineering and your experience there. One of my questions was, you know, you described really well what was currently in the market, and I felt like I was left wanting more. So what are you doing differently to what's in the market right now?
Well, what I didn't mention in this is I also want to make them visually appealing. So I think that gardening, I think that like a lot of I don't know if many middle-aged like people, you know, but a lot of middle-aged mums care about aesthetic and making their house look pretty and stuff. So I think people will enjoy my product more if it actually looks good in their backyard and looks like something that they would be willing to bring people over and like they would look at it and think, oh, wow, that looks very good, like nice, I would like to buy that myself. But also no product actually fertilizes your plants for you, which with liquid fertilizer, it's the exact same as watering your plants. So that's why I was just thought, why don't we just water them with the same like mechanisms that feeds them, you know what I mean? Feeds them with the same things that waters them. Absolutely. Because it's the exact same process.
And I think we're at time. Never underestimate when something is Instagrammable and beautiful and the value that that can add to your product when taking photos of your backyard. So thank you so much. Well done. We are about to have a very, very short break just to allow our judges to catch up on their judging, add any notes from the past few pitches. We will just take a quick 2-minute break. So it's time for a stretch, a glass of water, and we will see everyone back here in 2 minutes for the second half of our HEX 5.4 demo day. Congratulations, Giselle, and we'll see everyone shortly. And I will just get you to stop sharing for 1 second so that I can share. We can play some smooth beats for the next 2 minutes. All right, here we go. Welcome back, everyone. I will ask our judges to come back onto the screen. I hope you've had a nice stretch, a glass of water, you've caught up on all of your notes. I see Darren, hello, I see Juliana, and I will see the wonderful Nathaniel in just a second. So for everyone who's just joined us on this webinar, this is the HEX 5.4 Sprint Demo Day. So we are HEX, we bridge the gap between tech and education. We run sprints and innovation programs all around the world, and obviously virtually as well, because we are coming to you today from all over the world. Our amazing cohort is dialing in from Vietnam, they're dialing in from India, they're dialing in from Indonesia, from Australia, and we're incredibly excited to see what they have produced in the space of 1 week. So a 1 week sprint all the way from ideation, we've done rapid prototyping, we've had a look at their pitching skills, we've put together amazing looking slide decks and prototypes, and we're here giving our pitches today. So we're here kicking off our second half of Demo Day. I would like to welcome our next soon to be Hexy to the stage. I believe we have Megan kicking us off. Megan starting the second half of the HEX 5.4 Demo Day. There you are, Megan. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Pretty good, wonderful. All right, so we'll get you to share your screen, and once I get a thumbs up from the judges, we will jump straight back into it. Excellent.
Beautiful.
Now it's a 3-minute pitch for everyone that's just joined us. There will be 2 to 3 minutes of questions. I will let you know when you have 30 seconds remaining, and I think we're good to go. So over to you, Megan, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jack. Hello in there, everyone. My name's Megan Ferguson. I'm the founder and CEO of GenWe, which is a social enterprise that functions to employ and train young people to support older Australian business owners navigate their businesses online for online vending. Looking at the sort of the nature of the social enterprise, obviously we know COVID has been shocking for a lot of people. Nonetheless, young Australians who have struggled with unemployment and probably will continue to, businesses have lost significant amount of revenue, and particularly affected have been older business owners who have been slower and less confident in the adaptation to the online space. I've got a little cartoon man here to represent a good family friend, John, who's owned a business for 20 years selling really nice sourdough bread. He's struggled to keep up with orders and hasn't been able to like put himself on Shopify and kind of like maintain the trend. A little bit about me. When COVID hit, I was working in a really tight team of young people with the YMCA, delivering advocacy to 120 young people across Victoria. We were able to pivot really quickly at a time when the rest of the organisation was stood down. We've since gone on, we have a social enterprise running online events, and we've been commissioned by the VEC. So I kind of see the space for innovation at this point. When we're talking about GenWe, the idea is to train and employ young people to then connect with businesses who otherwise wouldn't be aware of the options available to them. Then to sit down and have a conversation with those businesses, often traumatized. I'm thinking of my parents, older Australians who need sort of like support and trust to adapt to the space. So then we're adapting solutions collaboratively with them, and sort of helping them to train them to use the platforms, and then offering a sort of ongoing support service. We know that 60% of small Australian businesses are owned by over 45-year-olds, and that watch the news for 3 seconds. Revenue is a real issue at the moment, and we know that also young people generally are able to adapt to kind of like the tech spaces as they evolve. So this relationship has a lot of potential moving into the future. When we're talking about points of difference, obviously marketing agencies exist to bring people into the online space and to set up a lot of vending. GenWe is not a marketing agency, but it's a collection of young people ready and willing to walk beside business owners to navigate their own transition into that space using free technology. So it's about the relationship and the potential of that dynamic. Our plan over the next year, hopefully, is to take on a co-founder who has a little bit more experience than myself vending online, to then bring on 2 trial businesses before we launch a website, and then look at getting funding from the state and federal government in relation to the employment of young people and the support of small business. Then we're looking to extend to recruit and train the staff who I already sort of work with in other positions, then for a launch in May, and then sort of obviously looking to scale up, taking on more businesses, moving towards the end of the year. But yes, that is GenWe, that's myself. as I've said, looking for a co-founder, scoping out additional trial businesses, in addition to John. Yeah.
All right. Seeking a co-founder. I see. What a wonderful slide deck you have. Really beautiful. I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions here. Darren, I might start with you. What would you like to ask of Megan?
Megan, congratulations. I thought it's a fantastic idea. I think an intergenerational connection point has a lot of benefits. The thing I'm interested in, you spoke a lot about the benefits to the older generation. What are some of the benefits we need to communicate for the younger generation who have the opportunity?
Oh, it's a very great question. First thing is employment and experience, kind of working within a professional space. Like, there's the difference between, I know a lot of my mates are like baker's delight. And it's like, oh, how can you maybe adapt some of the skills that you actually have as a core competency to apply that within a professional space? So it's about encouraging young people to trust themselves in the abilities that they have. That's not just like vending. Also, because there's the scope of businesses available, it's an opportunity to sort of understand the Australian business market a bit more clearly.
Fantastic. And then my final question is, what's the business model that sits behind this?
The business model that sits behind it. So the idea is that there would be, and it's evolving, but the idea is that there would be an initial flat fee for businesses to take us on, and then sort of goals-based bonuses as they reap the rewards of moving into the online space. Following that, depending on how well businesses then are able to like use Shopify and the platforms that we set them up on, we can offer an ongoing sort of like support subscription, like roadside assist. Hey, the website's gone down. Hey, I don't know where this button is. And then there's so the subscription after that.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Now I'm sure Nathaniel or Juliana. Nathaniel, over to you. I see your hand there.
Yeah, this is super cool. I'm a bit biased and very interested in this, but you answered why you really well, which was really cool to just start off with and have your credibility there. One of my questions is around actually your market size. So what is your sort of serviceable market here in terms of businesses and young people on both sides?
I know the serviceable market for young people, huge. I'll have to look no further than just my own personal networks to identify people who want more hours. In relation, looking at service, should have the number of small businesses like locally, but I've done in my validation, walking down Sydney Road, I'm in Brunswick, and basically like 1 in every 6 shops that I walk into is like, oh yeah, we haven't done that yet. Like, we haven't properly set ourselves up yet. And I know, and so I'm thinking that we're looking at Melbourne, we're looking at then regional cities outside of that. So across Australia, I would like to answer it more specifically, but I know like it's there.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to end with it's there and a bit of your personal experience walking down Brunswick Street and speaking to a lot of the people. It is all about going out and speaking to your customers and understanding their needs. So well done, Megan, kicking us off for the second half of Demo Day. You're all done. Again, a beautiful looking slide deck. Congratulations. I will send you back to being an attendee while we stay on the same theme of helping and supporting young people. I will ask Millie to the stage, please. So Millie's going to be up next. Well done, Megan. Love the color coordination too. Always good to have a matching top and logo. That's what we're looking for here. Excellent, Megan. All right, thank you. And Millie, I see you. Can I hear you?
Hi.
Excellent. I can hear you as well. So
amazing.
If I could just see, and I can see your slides. It's all happening. So if we get a thumbs up from the judges. Yeah, good to go. Wonderful. Well, Millie, I'm handing it over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Millie. I'm the founder of Upstanding Youth. So my slides aren't going. Okay, I'm just going to keep talking until I can figure it out. So pretty much I'd like to start with an acknowledgement of country, acknowledge the traditional owners of all the lands we come from, past, present and emerging. So youth are often undervalued and uninformed on the issues of the world. They feel disempowered and this impinges on their mental health and well-being, although increasing their responsibility and awareness will enable youth to be active citizens. So what is Upstanding Youth? We're implementing school workshops. We empower youth through educating on social justice. So specifically, we'll look into the issues of social injustices, diversity and inclusion, climate change, social action, and also offer tailored-based programs, which I found from my research would be very necessary, and also offer a range of other topics. So why empowering? It allows students to be heard and make informed decision making. And non-formal education is a platform to express individuals' desires and have responsibility over their life and have an active and engaging part in society. These workshops will be aimed for year 2 to 12, and they'll run from like 40 minutes to an hour and a half and go over a consecutive amount of weeks depending on what the school needs are. So I'll start off by government funding. There's the double amount of funding into private schools. And so, yeah, I would start by that. And also there are a number of government grants that you can receive, especially within like the multiculturalism sector. And eventually I'd like to move into co-branding partnerships. So with organizations that are resource-based, and then I can transform them into programs for youth. About me, so I've worked as a youth educator for the past 4 years. I've undergone a lot of leadership training, and I also have a lot of connections with teachers and schools. So I'd love to use that for my project. My future roadmap right now, I'm focusing on building connections and program curriculum. By July, I'd like to start implementing these programs into schools. And within 2 years, I'd have an ongoing relationship with 5 different schools. And eventually, I'd really love to expand into rural areas and create an extensive curriculum for these schools. What am I asking for? I'm looking for support in finding government grants, as well as an advisory for social justice resources and organizations, and have a co-founder with an education background to help with the curriculum.
3 minutes.
Thank you.
Well
thanks for listening, and I look forward to hearing your questions.
Well done, Millie. And you did get the slides working. That was seamless. Always good to be able to deal with technical issues on the fly. So well done. Now, what questions do we have for Millie? Nathaniel, I'll start with you.
Awesome pitch. I noticed that in looking at the workshops, that there's quite a broad range there. And one of the words that comes to mind is focus. And so there are, like, when you look at climate change, there are organizations like AYCC, or diversity and inclusion, there's like democracy and color. So my question is, what is your unique value or competitive advantage that you can bring to the table that differs from some of your competitors?
So the programs will be specifically for schools. I know there's a lot of organizations that are based, like have information based, but they're not quite accessible to youth. If I go onto this slide, so these are roughly what the programs will look like. Obviously, I'm not an educational professional, so I can't say that this is like technically correct. But the idea is there's specific aims, and through non-formal education, we can engage youth to be involved and like have a say and want to make action.
Great.
Thanks.
Excellent. And we have time for one more quick question. Juliana or Darren, who'd like to jump in here? Juliana, over to you.
So what does the success of, a student going through this program look like? What are they empowered or qualified to like complete or do or go contribute? Is it just you learn something in the end, you get a good grade, or sort of, what's your end goal here?
So my end goal would be like for youth to feel valued and like they have a say. Especially like when I'm able to expand to rural areas, I really want to build that like community focused where they have a safe environment to have a say and like feel confident to speak up. Also, I can show you on my social action program, for example, they can create a social action project which will like eventually they could develop and like expand or come into the HEX program and create something amazing. So yeah, the idea is to like inform them to create better decisions.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all the time we have at the moment, Millie, but well done. It's all about making better decisions. And sure, you send them across to the HEX program. That sounds great. We'd love to have them. Millie, well done. You're all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I'll let Darren, Juliana, and Nathaniel just tally their final scores while we bring our next business to the stage. I believe we have Akshay joining us. So Akshay has been dialing in and meeting us, which I believe is 3 o'clock in the morning his time for when we've been getting going in the morning. So he's been an absolute trooper with the time difference, and we're incredibly excited to see what he has in store for us today. So looking forward to seeing Akshay with his business, Easy Charge. So Akshay, wonderful. And thanks, Millie. Well done again. You're all done. Congratulations. So good. Akshay, wonderful. Now
Hi.
Hi.
Hi all.
All right, now you're a co-host and I can see you and I can hear you. Excellent. If you want to share your screen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and I can see your slides. Wonderful. Okay, Darren, Juliana, Nathaniel, thumbs up. Excellent. Ready to go. Akshay, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi all. I am Akshay, founder of Easy EV Charging. I would like to present the Easy electric vehicle charging on the go. Sorry for that. This new technology will help save time and cost. The new tech consists of flexible connectors that connects automatically to the barrier which serves as charger. This tech will solve the 3 major problems faced by electric car users. First, the long waiting period to recharge. Second, the huge cost and limited charging stations. And 3, range anxiety. This is drawback for electric charge vehicle sales. As per the market research, 80% says time is important during a trip. The main 2 reasons that users are seeking solutions are the charging period and range anxiety. The electric car buying preferences goes up by 30% only if a charging solution is provided. The EV market is growing at the rate of 40 to 60% around the globe, while EV charging market is growing by 46%. How does this application work? This app allows users to sign up and locate the nearest highway charger, live track, and electricity usage and billing. Please scan to use the application prototype. The video shows how the car automatically plugs into the barrier onto the highway charging. It is installed with sensor and intelligence systems to avoid accidents and danger. There is still a lot of R&D work need to be done. The main investment required is to set up solar plants, smart grids along highways to power up chargers, and any additional electricity supply required will be provided by energy companies. The customer will be charged according to the market rate for kilowatt-hour electricity consumption along with premium charges. For example, if a 100 kilowatt-hour unit costs $30, then including a premium, it will cost $32. Compared to traditional supercharging stations, users will not make a stopover to make the car charge. This will gain 20 to 30% of EV charging market. 80% acquisition happens through a car dealer's partnership. The car clubs and highway posters ads are put up for the ads. 3 months of time required to develop a software prototype and a year to develop a working prototype. What I need is guidance to get in touch with people working on similar technologies to make it a working technology. This is time for questions.
Absolutely, time for questions. Good work, Akshay.
Thank you.
Who would like to ask a question of Akshay? Darren, over to you.
Cool. Thanks, Akshay. I think first of all, the dedication for getting up at that time is worthy of a head nod, and then secondly, the presentation was really slick and well presented. My kind of question is, who are your competitive sets around the world? And who else is currently tackling this problem well that you either compete against or could collaborate with?
Yeah, and currently around the globe, Tesla is working on the supercharging, and everyone who are focused on chargers that are stationed in a place instead of making it a on-the-go chargers. And if I need to tie up with, it will be a EV manufacturers, so electric vehicle manufacturers, so that from the initial itself, I get the customers using the chargers.
Mm-hmm. Right. And sometimes it's good to be on the shoulders of giants when you're solving a big problem like this. But lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Well done. Nathaniel, Juliana, anything for Akshay? Juliana?
Yeah, just a quick one. So I know that, you know, your whole problem statement is that the accessibility to charging stations is quite inconvenient for people who drive, you know, cars, sustainable cars. So how many units would have to be deployed to solve this problem? Like, that's a fairly large upfront cost. So, you know, what are your sort of, what's your ideas on tackling that, you know, initial challenge to solve your own problem?
Yeah, the charging that EV cars come, like it will be around 200 kilometers range that comes to the if we charge once. So what I'm planning is to put up the charging barriers after 200 kilometers for every 500 meters until like if the car drives for 20 minutes, it will charge up to 40-50% back to from 20%. So it can drive up to the next stop. So it's not going to be a stretch over a highway.
I think that's all the time we have. Akshay, well done.
Thank you.
A huge problem that you're trying to solve, but it's obviously, you know, moving us as humans in the right direction. So congratulations. We absolutely loved that. And again, for getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning over the past week is a fair amount of dedication. So that entrepreneurial spirit is shining through you, Akshay. Well done. Now, I believe we have CADS to the stage next. CADS to the stage to talk about Curry Me Up. Excellent. Thank you.
Let me just fix my camera.
Okay, I can see you and I can hear you. So
can I just show you my HEX t-shirt as well?
Oh, well, I believe we're matching then today.
Oh, nice. That's good luck for me.
Oh, wonderful. Always represent. I love it. I don't know if you get extra points for that. We'll see. Maybe. All right, CADS, when you're ready, share the screen. I'll let you know when it's up and then we'll get a thumbs up from the judges. All right.
Just give me a second.
No problem. Let me know when you're ready. Okay, I can see that you're sharing and I can see your slides. Wonderful. All right, thumbs up from judges. Good to go.
Okay.
And Darren, all good? Wonderful. CADS, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, my name is Kads and I'm the founder of Curry Me Up, which is an application that focuses on students and young working professionals. So basically they can select their own ingredients, essentially the leftovers, and they can use our cooking service and the chefs will just personalize the dish for them in their own kitchen. So why did I come up with this idea is because I have seen so many people, students and young working professionals particularly, how they struggle with their food situation, their eating habits, and how they're always busy with work and don't have enough time to cook in the kitchen. So the food ends up in the bin. So that's what my problem area here is. Yeah, so they don't have enough time to make a decent meal because of study or workload. And the number 2 is being the obvious one, food wastage, which accounts for more than 5% of Australia's greenhouse gas emissions. So solution for this problem is, of course, my app, which is designed to help these people utilize their leftovers and prevent food wastage. So it will save my customers time, which they can actually use in finishing up their assignments or any certain milestone that they're trying to reach. It will keep their focus on whatever they're doing, studies or work, and it will also reduce food wastage. So this is how it's going to work. So the user will select or enter the ingredients that they have, and then the nearest chefs would be located and provide possible recipes and the price list. So this process will take around 5 to 7 minutes. Then the user will select a recipe and agrees to call the chef, and then the chef will reach the customer's place, and then the user can pay for the dish after the chef is done cooking on the app. So this is a prototype of my app. So food selection, let's say he selects vegetable, whole bunch of vegetables, and 5 to 7 minutes, chefs are being located. Now these are the available chefs. These are the recipes he has come up with. And he selects the recipe, and then he needs a chef ASAP. So this is the market research. So surveys responders, 70% of them said they like Indian cuisine, which means there is a market, there is a demand. And 65% people said that they do not know how to cook, and they either order online or they eat out, mainly when they are done with the assignment, or like they finish a milestone or something like that and they need a break. So this little graph here shows the student enrollment in Australia, which is taken from Australian government website, which shows that the students enrollment is only increasing in Australia, and it will only increase in the future as well. That's a drop because of COVID. Competition, of course, people can get food on Uber Eats, DoorDash, and all that, and Entertain will provide them the chef that they need, but we are providing them the flexibility to choose their own ingredients, home cooked food, so there's transparency, and chef of their own choice. What the hell am I doing here is just that I need some connections with amazing people that you guys must be connected with, app developers or hotel owners that can hook me up with other chefs or just directly with a chef. So these are my details. I look forward to hearing from you.
3 minutes. Just getting that last sentence in there. Well done, Cads. Okay, what questions do we have for Cads? If you want to give me a wave and I will let you know. Darren, over to you.
All right, I love this because I love curry. I love how we tackle food waste. So it's a huge problem, huge problem, which RMIT CRC are looking to solve now around the Fight Food Waste project. And also, I think you've come up with something beyond just curry. So my question to you is, I'm hoping that curry is the first stop and you're thinking of other genres beyond this as a scale opportunity.
Yes, so as I showed in the survey, 70% people like Indian cuisine. So I want to start with Indian food first, because looks like so many people like it. And then as the business scale up, we are going to focus on different cuisines as well. And potentially we'll change our business name as well, like for Curry Me Up to, actually I came up with Say Cheese first, but then I thought it didn't go with my idea. So maybe I'll change the business name as we scale up in the future.
Awesome. And one tiny little bit of feedback was when people pay. You mentioned that people pay after instead of before the action of the chef. So I think from a design level, we just want to think about that experience in there. But on the whole, it's a terrific idea. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, well done, Cads. I think that's all the time. Now, I have been chatting with one of our amazing HEX members who has been dialing in from Myanmar and having some issues with the internet. I understand that there's some issues with access to the internet in the country at the moment. So he was online before, but unfortunately it looks like he is unable to present. We will ask him to send his video of his presentation through to us. But Aka, you know, we loved having you as part of the program, and if you can see us here, well done, and send us your pitch, and we will definitely make sure that we have a look and send it around to our amazing Hexies. Which brings us to our final presentation. I believe there's 3 probably a little bit nervous soon to be Hexies sitting there right now. We have the next group up, Mindspeak. So can we have Mindspeak to the stage? And I'm sorry, Matt, I know that you've been running around in the background here, adding people, demoting people, sending them back into the audience. You're doing an absolutely amazing job, so well done. And we have Mindspeak. I believe we have Mandy to the stage, Aparna to the stage, and Kwan to the stage as well. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Dan. Hello, Nathan. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, excellent. And we can see the 3 of you. So We did have the 3 a.m. club before. This is known as the 5 a.m. club because they've also been getting up very early all week to join us. So we're incredibly impressed with their dedication. Mandy, I believe you'll be sharing your screen here.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So last but not least, we'll be starting the clock in just a second. Over to you, MindSpeak. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, everyone. MindSpeak is a mobile application platform that aims to educate, create awareness, mitigate lack of accessibility, and break the stigma revolving around mental health illness for international university students. We believe everyone and every student has equal opportunities and options to solve their mental health issues. And the healthier their mental health is, the better their academic results and the brighter their future will be.
But what makes us different? We are social enterprise and we target students who did and don't know about what the mental health problem. So our research showed that there are 10.6 billion was spent on mental health related service in Australia. While overall 52.5% over 3,000 students search for the internet for the information about mental health problems. But there is no mobile application targeting specifically students that are doing that. And apart from that, our surveys also point out that, next slide, please. Apart from that, our surveys also point out that there, when being asked if there is an application can provide you information, will you do that? Will you use that? And 40% of the participants say yes, and 33.3% say not sure. So there are huge potential market for us to exploit. And finally, 85.7% want to get reliable information. And luckily, we are targeting this feature in our application. And next will be our customer segment. We are focused on 3 main segments. The first is international students at GOS on Australia from 16 to 50 years. Next will be institutions around universities, schools, social organizations, and governmental bodies. And finally, there will be companies, will be health insurance, service provider, and other companies on the market.
What makes us unique? Secondly, we are the first of its kind. We are different from other apps on our market because unlike other apps who are based solely on mindfulness, we are an app that helps students understand, learn about, and mitigate mental health conditions by directing them to other mental health support services. As shown in the competitor analysis perceptual mapping, we are standing outside the grid. This is because we're different. Current apps on the market are either only about mindfulness or just focusing on CBT for only one illness, which needs to be clinically diagnosed first by a practitioner, by the way. And because of this, we aim to offer high-quality learning materials from partner organizations such as Batir and Origin on the works, for free, by the way, as we believe that people should have the right to understand mental health topics without pay.
Thirdly, we offer various solutions for students. As some students might not be comfortable with certain types of mental health services, we want them to know that there isn't only one way. There are multiple paths to help them get better. Let's take Alice as an example. Alice is a 19-year-old undergraduate student at RMIT from Indonesia whose academic performance and wellness has suffered from COVID-19. One day, she comes across an advertisement about MindSpeak from the university and decides to download the app to understand her current condition better.
I believe we're at 3 minutes.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I think Mandy was trying to get the entire presentation done there in about 10 seconds. Hopefully we get some great questions from the judges to enable you to cover some of the areas that we didn't manage to get to, but well done, MindSpeak. Judges, what questions do you have for the group? Nathaniel, over to you first.
Yeah, great. Love this concept, and particularly with like the collaborations with Batia and Origin. I'm curious to hear a bit more about the business model and how that works in terms of the app. Is it a freemium? Is it subscription? How does that all work together?
Yep. So move into our business and revenue model. As we are social enterprise, our revenue will mostly come from 3 main things. The first will be non-financial. Will calculate the positive impacts on mental health issue among students. And then there are two financial incomes will be donation, grant, and funds from other partners institutions like university and governmental bodies. And finally, the financial income will come from referral and commission from promoting and clean service providers as like health insurance companies and service providers.
So as a quick extension of that, are you then, if you have other service providers like Batia and Origin, do you give them commission as well as part of?
Yeah, we are consider Origin and Batia in terms of partnership with them to promote their brands, but we are use their content as a reliable source of information to provide to the to students. So we are not receive commission from them. Otherwise, we still receive commission from other companies like who provide health insurance and mental health service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, final question. Darren, I see you've unmuted. Did you have a question for MindSpeak?
I did. Lovely presentation and really enjoyed the fact that you all presented. So great head nod there. How will you measure your impact of what you do for the people that use you?
So in terms of measure our impact on the student, we are firstly measure how the mental health problem among students is improved over the year. As long as we can see in the prototype that whenever student assess, we can easily measure at that feeling how are their problem at this moment, and then after the long time they use, we can measure how their problems can be improved. And by that, we also, over the years, we can have the report from not only us, but also other institutions about mental health, that the quality of education also improved following the mental health problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we are at time. What a beautiful looking slide deck. I love the elephant, big fan of elephants, so cute. Every time I see that pop up as a background over the last week, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with the team from MindSpeak. Thank you so much. To all of our judges, that's it. We're done. HEX 5.4 demo day. It's time for you to move to your special judging room. I'm going to put a link for the three of you to move into another Zoom room. So you'll move across, we can have a quick discussion and then come back. For everyone that's watching us at home, we're just going to have a quick intermission. Congratulations, MindSpeak. You're all done. Congratulations, all of the new Hexies joining us. I always love seeing the new cohort coming through into our alumni. So for the panelists, there is now a link in the chat if you want to move across to the different Zoom room, and we will see everyone shortly. Congratulations, Hexies. This is wonderful. I'm so excited to see everything you've produced in the only a week's time. It's absolutely amazing. So I will share my screen now and we can go on a very, very quick intermission while the judges are great. Oh. Okay, intermission. Juliana, I will just get you to come to the room, please.
Says the host hasn't started the meeting, Jack.
Oh, no worries. Jumping across there now. Jeanette should be there in a second.
Okay. I don't know if I was doing something wrong.
Okay, everyone, I believe I see our judges coming back into the room, and we all know what that means. We're about to announce the winners of HEX 5.4 Demo Day. I hope we have, do we have a winner? I don't know. Yes, all right, great.
We also need to find the venue.
All right, and we do have one judge that has gone missing, but that's okay. We can find him and bring him across. I just want to say a massive congratulations to everyone that pitched today. It is not easy getting up and showing what you've created over the past week. You've all done an absolutely fantastic job. Every single time I see this as well, the slide decks get better and better and better. But honestly, in the space of 5 days to literally go from conceptualizing an idea, going through ideation to what you've produced today, you should all be incredibly proud of all of you. Jeanette, I might pass it over to you, although I see you are probably trying to track down our judge that's gone missing in the ether. Do you want to add a little something to our presentation today?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm sure Nat will find his way back. He is a smart boy. No, we had a great chat in the judges' room, and overall very impressed. But honestly, there's no point me saying anything when the people are here themselves. So maybe Juliana, did you want to start by giving us a bit of your overall impressions of this particular cohort, especially now that you've seen quite a few of them?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually think this is the first time that I've ever seen like more than one person pitch at a time. So I thought that was actually really well done and interesting how to see how everybody collaborated and worked together, because I definitely know from experience that it's hard to pitch with two people rather than one, especially when you have such a strict timeline. So I think everyone did a really good job finishing on time. I think the presentations overall were really great. The slides and the prototypes, I think, more than anything, the prototypes this particular session were better than most of the other sessions that I've priorly seen as well. Walked through the UX UI journey through a lot of them really, really well. I probably, you know, most past sessions, I think a lot of my questions are like, well, how does it work? So I think you guys, you know, did a lot of this better than some prior cohorts. I think overall, some things to work on are, you know, I think, you know, validation of ideas. I know it's such a short amount of time and I think you guys did well, but, you know, if you guys are taking these one step forward, make sure you have your customer down. I think, you know, personally, although like I know there were a couple of teams who did the mindfulness space, I think personally with me, it's such a crowded field. There's so much competition. And I think the second tip that I will say, if you guys go on to, you know, more or less finishing these ideas and really, really going for some actual seed investment and or, you know, eventually, hopefully a Series A and whatever on your entrepreneurial journeys is, you know, really, really focus on your competition and differentiate yourselves. There were some presentations, and I think a little bit more than half that I felt like I had seen or I've known, and variations of such that very much exist in the world. So, you know, before, and which is okay. I mean, there's definitely room for, you know, different products that are similar, that have a little bit different of a niche, you know, with cooking competitions and skincare. And, you know, these are all problems that are real problems. And, you know, arguably we're here because the solution hasn't been there yet, but just make sure that, you know, you guys really, really validate and are able to prove that you have the customer base for a small differentiation. I think in the past, a lot of them have been fitness, actually, that kind of resonated with me, that are just like, okay, well, this problem still isn't fixed either, but, you know, I'm not necessarily sure that this solution is the fix of the problem. But I think, you know, like I said, you guys, I think did a fantastic job. And I always tell Jack and Jeanette that you guys have my email. Feel free to reach out to me. LinkedIn too, but I'm just not on it so much. So if I don't connect with you or I don't send you a message back, send it to my email and I'll definitely get back to you right away. And good luck to everybody. And for those that are actually pursuing their concepts and ideas, you know, I think there was a lot of awesome social justice stuff. And I think, you know, there's a lot of grants and opportunities, especially now. And good luck to everyone.
Thank you so much, Juliana, and always value your insights and, you know, really commercial view on, you know, what everyone's putting together. Darren, did you want to add some thoughts? You know, this is your very first time seeing a HEX cohort. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I was super engaged right the way through. I was interested and I felt myself wanting to learn more about a lot of these. So well done, guys. Also, to accomplish that in a short space of time, that's a pressure cooker. So it'll stretch you, and how you feel and felt through that process is also an interesting learning point. To underpin what Juliana said, the process of entrepreneurship is validated learning. So great, you've got a great idea. Great, you've got a way to solve the problem, but will people do what you think they will do? So let's think about those micro tests to move it forward, and then think, okay, great, they'll do what I want them to do, but will they pay us for it? So let's start testing them. The prototyping was superb. And the deck presentations were also superb. Your articulation through it was excellent. So well done. I really enjoyed it. And I think all of you are worthy winners through this process. And I hope to stay in touch with you. Find me on LinkedIn, and I'm always accessible.
Thank you, Darren. And I know you're also hiring, so maybe we'll share some of those roles with the HEX alumni at some point, and they can have a look at what those are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nathaniel, you've been in these shoes not too long ago, and now are one of the youngest giants over at Blackbird, as well as, award-winning all the things. Thoughts from you?
Yeah, I absolutely love the diversity of ideas, and I think getting to the end, it was intense when I went through it, and it was a jam-packed session. So just being able to get to the end and pitch and do so well, you should all be really proud of that. I think everyone was really well articulated, and I think the thing that made certain teams stand out were two things for me. One of them was around validation. And so the teams that did really well were people who had done that extensive research into their customer segment and started to understand some of their pain points really well. I think the second thing was around feasibility. And so with the teams who showed that they could really execute on those ideas, those were the teams that really stood out to me. Yeah, I would almost summarize it in sort of 3 questions. And it would be, why is this problem painful? Is this problem popular? And why are you the best team to actually solve it? And so, yeah, it was really great to see the diversity of ideas and everything that came through. So you all should be really proud of what you've achieved. But feel free to reach out on LinkedIn or whatever. Let me know how I can support, because you guys are all amazing.
Love it. And so for everyone, for all the Hexies, your network has just expanded significantly. And now I get the fun pleasure of announcing our winners. So we ended up breaking the rules a bit, Jack, because I know that, obviously entrepreneurs, we don't like to stick by the rules. So
I knew I shouldn't have left you guys alone in the judging room for the first time. You come back, we're like, actually, we've changed it. I'm excited. What's happening?
Okay, so I know that you promised everybody just one winner of an Amazon gift card, which is a great little prize, and I think you can treat yourself. But what we've actually got is 2 honourable mentions, people that the judges felt would be great candidates for a little bit extra coaching, and they would like to meet one-on-one with them to sort of help progress their ideas. So the 2 honourable mentions that I'd like to share were Stevent by Max. So congratulations, Max. I believe you might get some one-on-one time with Mr. Nathaniel. So if you get some time there to hang out with Nat, he's a great person to talk you through that student experience piece. Second honourable mention is Giselle from Verdue. So Giselle, congratulations. Your organic watering empowerment system resonated with the judges. Darren, were you happy to meet with Giselle? I think you were, from memory. So congrats, Giselle. We also have an additional prize, which is sort of an impact prize. So there's a social enterprise in Melbourne called Dinner Day. They only stock social enterprise products. So I've got a gift card, $100 to that, which is going to our second place winners, O2, Connor and Jason. So congratulations, gentlemen. Fantastic pitch. And the judges are very impressed by the technical solution you had there. And our final winner, drum roll please, Jack, you can unmute and do your drum roll. We are going to give a winner to Megan, founder of Gen We. So congratulations, Megan, for helping to bridge that gap between businesses that are struggling and youth who need work experience. So congrats to all of those winners, honourable mentions, but to each and every one of you who pitched and presented. I was so proud, and I hope you're really proud of yourself. I know it's very easy to go, why am I doing this at 2 in the morning or waking up and listening to these people, but you've done it, and we're very, very impressed and so excited to have you into our community.
Yeah, congratulations, Megan. I see you've come up to the stage. If you want to give a little hi.
Hi, congratulations to everyone. We made it. Saturday afternoon is here.
Yes, it is. And have we got our other winners coming up as well? I'm not sure if they're still around in the room or if they've disappeared.
That's right. I think we should take a photo with our winner of the day, Megan. We have to take a photo. I don't know if you want to celebrate, hands up, peace sign, thumbs up, love heart, whatever you want to do.
A little love react. How do we go? Yeah.
The tiny hearts.
Tiny hearts. It's the tiny hearts for me.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to take a photo of Megan, our winner of HEX5.4 in
tiny hearts.
Yes, Darren, you've got them. You've got them.
One tiny heart. Oh,
Julia.
well done, Megan. That's awesome.
Thank you, Darren.
I'm going to jump in here. This is the first time I haven't been in the judging room, so I was just as excited as everyone else out there hearing about who was going to take it home. Congratulations, Megan. You've done an amazing job over the past week. Congratulations to all of our other Hexies as well, our honorable mentions, and to our new alumni who we're incredibly excited to add to our amazing alumni that we have out there. I know we have gone a few minutes over time, so I'm really sorry to our judges. I just want to put a quick shout out there to everyone that's helped us pull this together over the last week. Matt, we have you in the background who's been frantically adding people, bringing them up from attendees, adding them as panelists. You've done an amazing job as per usual. To our amazing judges, Darren, Juliana, Nathaniel, thank you so much for supporting us and supporting the next generation of founders. We really appreciate it. To our newly minted Hexies, the 5.4 group, what a week. Thank you so much for spending the last week with us. We look forward to spending the next few years seeing what you're doing, supporting you and following you on your journey. And we are here for you every step of the way. So please let us know how we can all support you. I think that's all I have. Jeanette, anything, final words?
No, I think you've said it all, Jack. And congratulations, Jack, for being an excellent program leader. Everyone, was a bit of a round of applause for Ms. Jack Benstead, who under her tutelage and her mentorship and her sense of humor and her 9 wines in late night mentoring sessions, you know, supports people to levels that I'm just so always impressed by. So thanks, Jack, and congrats. And Matthew as well, who refuses to turn on his camera.
Yeah.
Matt, we love you. Well done. And all the UI is due to his workshop. So well done, Matt.
Yeah, no, he was sending me DMs when everyone was mentioning how good the UI UX was, because that was all Matt.
All right,
so
let's wrap it up.
So much. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Jeanette, for announcing our winners. Well done, Megan. Well done, HEX5.4. That's it for